Good morning, morning of day 25, leaving my own private island just there. No one came by all night, no one's been past this morning. So, first time I've ever camped completely on my own, but it was pretty great. I don't know if I mentioned it enough yesterday how happy I was I didn't stay at the shelter. So, little 1.6 walk down to Standing Bear Hostel, which is just off the trail, about 100 yards or so. I need to go through all my food and just top up with a few bits to get me to Hot Springs. I booked into the Laughing Heart Hostel in Hot Springs for Sunday, so I've got 37 miles to do today and tomorrow, and then a short walk in on Sunday morning, and that's the next place I plan to do laundry, shower, and then a major resupply. And Hot Springs is the first time that we literally walk through a town. The AT goes through the middle of the town, which is fantastic. So there's no shuttles involved, and there's a Dollar General to resupply, and pubs and restaurants and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that. I might get back to you in a minute. Come out of the woods, then you hit this road, and I've said before that white blazes will get you there 95% of the time, but every now and then you do need a sign as well. This is the Pigeon River Bridge, and there must be about 10 white blazes going all the way down here. And here's the Pigeon River. Actually quite big. That up there is I-40. Even more white blazes. Clearly hikers get lost at this intersection. So we actually go under I-40. I-40 is the third longest interstate in the US. It goes from the Atlantic coast to the middle of California. I've actually driven a surprisingly large portion of it. Not this bit here, but I've driven from Knoxville through Nashville to Memphis. I've gone from Amarillo through Albuquerque to Gallup, and I've gone from Flagstaff to Kingman, which is the turn off to Vegas. I may have done a bit in California as well, but I'm not sure. And as soon as you clear the interstate, you see white blazes on the left there, take you back into the woods. This road actually takes you to Standing Bear, but if there's an option to go up a hill, then that's the way the AT goes, rather than along a road. And it's quite an impressive stone stair to climb. Look at that. So we're back on the same road. Annoyingly, the AT actually goes back down that way for a little while, but Standing Bear is this way. That little climb and descent we've just done there to get back to the same road is what would be termed on the AT a PUD. And PUD means a pointless up and down, and there's certainly a lot of them. Here we are. As you can see, there are some interesting little private cabins. So this is the kitchen and laundry and hangout area. And there's some bunks and toilets back there. And then this little hut up these stairs is the resupply. So just leaving standing there. I actually needed less than I thought. It's only 2 days to Hot Springs. Aiming for a place called Max Patch tonight, which is meant to have amazing sunset and sunrise views if it's clear. There's a few peaks to go over before then though. And of course I've got a grape flavoured drink to start the day. Back on the AT, and as always the trail provides. That car behind me was a lady giving out some trail magic. I didn't take anything because I've just got some stuff from standing there, but she took my trash from me, so that's amazing. Oh. This walk up Snowbird has been slow and painful. I'm not feeling the best. I've had a dodgy stomach all morning. Managed to make it 25 days without digging a cat hole, but that record's gone now. Just looking forward to getting to the top and having a rest now. And just like that, we're out of the trees again. That's the future. That was my past. So that is a VOR, which is a VHF omnidirectional range facility. It uses a FM signal for aircraft navigation, but it's fairly old technology now, and they're being phased out in favour of GPS. It's 12:20. There's a shelter 2.4 miles ahead. So I'm going to push for that and have lunch there. I was thinking about having lunch up here, but it's way too warm. I think I'd rather be down in the trees. Right, got to the shelter. AT carries on up there. This is Groundhog Creek Shelter. Max Patch, another 6.5, which is where I was hoping to get to tonight. But definitely time for a break. 0.2 down, isn't it always the way? Right, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, just leaving the shelter. Got 6.7 to get to Max Patch, and then there's no actual camping allowed on Max Patch. They've banned it for this year and next year to give the environment a chance to recover, because it's a popular tourist spot as well. So going just past the peak, and there is some camping there, so probably close to 7 miles to do for the rest of the day, so should be able to do that by 5:30 hopefully. There's a couple of peaks between here and there. Right, I'll get back to you. The app was showing that there's no water between here and Max Patch, which is a long stretch, so I've just filled up at the shelter and I'm actually carrying more water than I've ever carried, almost 3 litres, so the pack's a bit heavy at the moment. But that's our first view of Max Patch through the trees. It's still 4 miles away. Made it down to the road before the big climb. It goes up there. I think it's quite intense for the first mile or so. Oh. Just coming up to the top of Max Patch. There it is. Those last 6.5 miles were tough. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that the climb up to Max Patch was difficult before, but I think it is. You can see people sat on the top there. Well, it's turned into a fairly overcast day, considering it was boiling hot at lunchtime, but the views are still good. That's the Smokies. That's looking into Tennessee. Over there the mountains are starting to disappear. That might be the rain clouds coming in. There's the parking lot down there, so there are day hikers up here. There's the trig point. I'll just give you a 360 in case I don't come back up here, depending on the weather. And just as you get into the woods again, this is where all the camping is. There's already people here. Apparently there's at least 20 spots here, so it could get quite crowded, although I can only see 3 or 4 people at the moment. Hey guys. Hiya. So I've come down the hill a bit from where the other guys were, and I've picked a spot out just there, very flat. I'm expecting quite a few more to turn up, so I'm pretty sure I won't be on my own down here for long.